Hello everyone, Happy New Year and welcome to Lauren's Scrap Lot. This is my January monthly club video. So if you are somebody who placed an order in January 2026 or you have pre-ordered my monthly club card kit, you're receiving the supplies that you need to make the projects that I'm going to walk you through today. However, if you're just watching, no problem. You can still get one of these kits by placing an order at laurenerbonus.stampinup.net. As long as the order is over $40 before shipping and tax, then you will receive one of these sets of cards for free. And you can also purchase a set of the cards just for $20, and you don't have to place an order either. So I have some announcements though, because January 2026 is the start of a new mini catalog with Stampin' Up, and it is also the start of my new calendar for this quarter. So in front of me, I have some fun little things that you guys can check out. So if you're in Edmonton, I have copies of this catalog available on my front porch, or if you're one of my customers who places orders online, I have mailed you one of these as well. If that hasn't arrived, please let me know. I'm more than happy to send you one. You get one for free if you've placed an order within the last 6 months, but if you're somebody who doesn't have a demonstrator and wants one, please touch base, and happy to get you set up as a customer as well. So we have online exclusives that launched on January 2026. It was the 6th, I believe. And so these guys are not going to be available in any publication. You just have to go online to my website and check them out. There's some great bundles, suites, and all of this. So I'll let you look through all of those kind of at your leisure. Keep this suite in mind. It's going to come into play with some of my future February classes, so I hope you like it. And then I know it's hard to see all of these printouts, but it's nice to just go online and be able to see all of the online exclusives, as well as the 3 new stamp sets, or kits, pardon me, that Stampin' Up released on that date as well. I don't have mine in yet, so I can't show them to you, but there's lots and lots of great stuff. People have been asking about a horse stamp, so we'll keep an eye on that one. This is our new January to April mini catalog, and it is gorgeous. There are so many great suites and products in here, so I hope you take a peek, and I'm not going to go through the whole thing with you, but if you do get to any point and have questions about anything, ooh, look, I flipped straight to the page I need to, then let me know. I'm more than happy to help you place orders. I'm more than happy to help you navigate how suites work, but we're going to chat a little bit about some of my upcoming events, and this brings me to this adorable Cute as a Bug suite. So I have a new calendar. This is my January to April class schedule. I have also put that link that this QR code goes to in the description. So you can sign up online for any of these events, or you can message me directly. We are doing what's called my monthly card club. I do that usually the second Tuesday and second Wednesday of the month. They're the same projects, and my attendees have the option of placing a $40 order or just paying for the class cost, and they get the projects that we're going to do later. What I also like to do is specialty classes. So I'm going to briefly go through the specialty classes for the next couple months, because this is a new calendar. And please message me if you want to sign up for any of these, especially the January and February ones, because spots will fill up quickly. And yeah, it'll be great. Okay, so first thing to note, this surprise prize bingo, I have edited it on the one online, but it is actually on Tuesday, January 20th. So if you're here in Edmonton, you can come out in person. We are going to make 2 cards featuring the Cute as a Bug suite. Do you want to see the cards? Here's one. Little cute card. I'm not holding them out for long. And here's 2. They're very simple cards because, to be honest, we don't have a lot of time, because we are also playing 10 rounds of bingo with prizes, all from the new online exclusive and catalog. So I can't show you the prizes now, because the more people I have, the better the prizes get. So make sure to sign up. I would love to have you participate. If you can't come in person, then I have bingo cards that you can print out, or bingo cards that you can come pick up. And then of course I would just mail you your make and takes. There is also an all attendee gift, and that's why I kept this open. Everyone is going to guaranteed receive these adorable little epoxy shapes, the ladybug epoxy shapes. So that's a guaranteed prize, and then you have a chance of winning one of 10 other prizes. So that class is $45. It includes everything I mentioned, and of course shipping is a little bit extra, so it's $5 right off the bat for your card kit and your epoxy gift and stuff. It might be a little bit more if you win something, then of course we have to square up for shipping for that too, but I can ship anywhere in Canada, and you just participate via a Zoom link. I'm going to move this, and we're going to chat about February. So February, I am so excited about. There are two things going on. So every week I participate in a competition on YouTube. My channel is Lauren's Scrapplot with 3 other demonstrators. It's called the Great North American Stamping Show, and we make a card every week and try to get your votes. So here was my card from last week using that cute as a bug suite. And it's fun. Next week we'll have something different for you. But the goal with those classes or those videos is to give you free inspiration. What we are also going to be doing quarterly is a retreat in a box. So we did one at Christmas time with the Traditions of Christmas scrapbook kit. And instead of using the scrapbook kit, we take all the pieces inside and rip them apart and make something different. So we're doing the same thing. Here's our little advertisement, the Simply Lovely Retreat in a Box. We have registrations open now through, I'm the only one in Canada, so I'm gonna keep mine open a little longer. I think they're closing January 19th. I'm gonna keep mine open till the end of the month. But we're taking the Currently Loving Scrapbooking Workshop Kit and completely changing everything in it to make different projects. I'm going to show you what they are briefly. You don't get any tutorials, any hints or anything. So what you get with that, if you sign up for the whole class, because you'll see there's 2 different options. There's the virtual retreat cost, which is $105. If you're in Edmonton and you can pick up your kit, then I'm going to throw in something extra for you because I do have shipping included for this just in this class. So it's $105. You're going to get the Currently Loving kit. You're going to get the matching ribbon, the matching embellishments, and a bonus gift that I don't want to ruin the surprise for, and all of the directions for these projects. Those directions are a full color PDF tutorial. Plus, this time, and we didn't do it last time, we filmed a start to finish video for you also. So when you get this kit, stuff's not cut and prepped this time, okay? Most things I have cut and prepped. This one's not cut and prepped, but the video and the PDF walk you through exactly what to cut and how to cut so that you can make these projects. So here's the Simply Lovely Retreat in a Box. That's giving you all of the supplies. If you're somebody who is a demonstrator or you're placing an order yourself, or perhaps you're outside of my market, you can also grab the PDF tutorial only, which also you'll get the video link, but only gives you the directions. You won't get our gifts, you won't get the materials to make the projects. Okay, so that is this Simply Lovely Retreat in a Box. Please register before the end of January to get that. I'm gonna briefly show you, and I'm not even gonna show you everything, but we're gonna make this box. It is an explosion box, so it would open up into 3 layers. We're going to make, where is it? It's somewhere. Oh, it's on the back of this. Here we go. We're going to make a shadow frame that will go inside a little photo frame for a home decor piece. And we're going to make 8 cards. So again, super brief. You don't get lots of peeks, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So tons of projects out of that event. And I guarantee you're going to have so much fun. There's also going to be lots of material left over, which brings me back to my Great North American Stampin' Show. This week's edition, so that will be on the 15th of January, we are taking, this is what we have left in our kits, and we've all been challenged to design an extra project using what's left. So you'll get not only those 2 3D projects, the 8 cards, you're going to get 4 more project ideas using what's left in your kits from that video. So it's a really good value. If you are in love with this suite and you are thinking, well, I want to do that, but I like the suite, then you're also going to look at my Everything is Lovely specialty class on Friday, February 20th. The class cost is $55. You can add on the Lovely Arrangements bundle. Sorry, I'm in the middle of designing. So here's the stamp set. Here's some of the dies. I don't even know where they are. Here they are. Here's my dies. You can add that on if you want for $78.69. If you're coming to the class at my house, you can use my set. If for this class you are not, I do suggest ordering it. If you're ordering it through me, this price is catalog price. I'm not charging you shipping or GST on that, so it's a special little discount, and you can add it onto the class. You can also have a choice, if you'd like, of just doing a PDF option. It's $30, and I'll give you a video tutorial very much like this, as well as just directions for doing your projects. Do you want to see what we're doing? Okay, I don't know if I've designed I think I've designed everything. Okay, so we're going to make a gift bag with a card. We're going to make a pop-up easel card. We're going to make a card box with cards inside. I don't know if I don't want to open it. It's so pretty right now. I have to take photos still, sorry. There's 2 cards inside of that. Okay, so, and then there's one more thing that I haven't designed yet. But that class is $55, and you're going to have a blast if you sign up for it. So please let me know as soon as possible if you want to sign up for one or both of those, because I want to get stuff ordered. The stamp set and bundle for this has already gone out of stock once, so I'd like to order it and have it set. On to March and April. I'm going to let you guys kind of read through that. You still have lots of time to sign up. We're going to do a shadow box, like I mentioned, for Easter, featuring the Easter basket little guys here. There's the dies. I should have the paper here. Let me see. We'll find the paper as we're going through my paper stash in a sec, okay? So that's the specialty class coming up for March, and then April's specialty class is a birthday card bonanza. So my caveat for this is, so you'll make 16 cards for the birthday card bonanza. It'll be 4 different designs, 4 of each of them. I don't tell you in advance what suites we're using. By the time a catalog gets to April, lots of things have sold out. So I don't want to tell you now, hey, I'm using this suite, because chances are I might have to pivot, and it makes my life a whole lot easier if I just tell you in advance. I will use 4 different suites, so you'll have a variety. There will be 1 masculine card. There'll be 1 card that you can use for kids, but it's not going to be purely like a kid's card. It'll just have some sort of kids feel. And then of course 2 other cards with suites that I designed to play with. There's also a chance that there's going to be some new online exclusives that I will be able to play with as I'm designing these projects that come out for April, but I can pre-order in March. So I'm just going to tell you, it's always a surprise. I only do 12 kits for this class because that is a lot of cards, and I don't have the ability to make more, so register early if you want a spot for that. So that's the class schedule. Link is in the description. If you want it mailed to you directly or emailed, then message me. I'm more than happy to do that, and I'd love to have you guys come out. Let's talk about what's going on this month. we have some great things going on. So first off, it is bonus days. So if you place a $60 order before shipping and before tax, you will get a $6 voucher that you get to spend next month. So if you place an order online with me, it will be automatically emailed to you via the account that you have set up. If you are somebody who gets me to place your orders, I keep track of those things and I will give it back to you in February when you are able to add that to your order. If you're a club member though, please remember those $6 vouchers come after your $40 minimum order for club. So you'd have to do a $46 order to be able to redeem that, just because, yeah, that's how club works. If you place a $120 order, then of course you would earn 2 vouchers. Now, why would I want to place a $120 order besides earning 2 vouchers? Let me tell you. We have a new product of the month. So for anyone who's missed out on what this is, every month Stampin' Up comes out with something new that's called a product of the month. It is available for a discounted price of $5 right now. It'll go up to $6 in April, just so you know. Because there was a misprint and they decided to honor the $5 price for us. But it's $5 when you spend $100 or more. This is the Fabulous Sayings stamp set, and that is the January product of the month. But if you didn't get it in December, there's this great package of blue floral paper. This is still available. So on the website, you can choose. You can pick, okay, well, I'd like the December product of the month, or I want the January one. Whichever one you pick, totally up to you. You can get it for $5. You will get this item for $5 if your order is over $100 before shipping and tax, and 2 vouchers. Okay, please keep in mind though that that is before you redeem any Stampin' Rewards. So if you're somebody who orders online, make sure that you're spending the right amounts. Please always feel free to send me a message with like a screenshot saying, hey, I'm planning to order this. I'm planning to redeem these many Hostess or Stampin' Rewards. Will I get all of the free things that I should? I would love to check that for you. Or if you get me to place them for you, don't worry, I do all that checking. So here's the Fabulous Sayings product of the month. And speaking of product of the month, if you do that, not only will you, of course, receive this class for free because your order will be over $40, you will get a PDF from myself and 11 other demonstrators near the end of January with ideas on how to use this stamp set. So let me just show you. This was the product of the month from last month. And this was my submission. So anybody who placed an order that was over $100 with me last month was emailed at the end of December a tutorial on how they could make this project, as well as the 11 other projects from the other ladies. If you didn't order it, you can still order the PDF. It's $30. And then if you order in January, of course, you'll get the January PDF, which we don't have out for you yet. It'll be released around the 20th to 25th, depending on when we all get our projects finished. So if you're a member of my team, my Scrappy Stampers team, you receive those PDFs for free. Everyone else, you have a chance to earn them for free with a $100 order, or you can purchase them for $30 if you want to place your own orders or you're somewhere else. And then free for everyone is my YouTube videos. So this was a YouTube video that I posted in December showing you how to use this paper. So I'll put the link down below for this diagonal fold card. That one is accessible for everyone. Unfortunately, this one you can only access if you have that PDF. Okay, I know, so many announcements. We're almost done. We're going to talk about paper. So every time there's a new catalog, there are tons of new papers. Oh, here's the Easter one I talked about. What I do, instead of having everyone order every single pack of paper, which I know we'd all love to do, is I give you the option of buying a share. So I take one package of paper, I chop it into 4 shares, so into quarters, And instead of you buying the entire pack, you have a chance to buy shares. So I have put in the description below the link to my paper shares. Most of the shares are $4.95, I believe. The specialty ones are about $6.10, just because they are priced higher. And I have them all listed for you, the chance for you to sign up for whichever papers you're interested in trying with. These are not the shares. These are just simply showing you all of the papers. I'll show you what a share would look like. So this is the Easter Joy paper, for instance. I already chopped some of the papers to make these sampler boards for my craft room. But here's what it would look like. You'll get a 6x12 sheet, which gives you basically a 6x6 of each paper, okay? I just don't cut them because I want you to have as much potential as you can. So this would be one full share. This is a specialty paper because it's got that special glow on it. So it's going to be $6 and I believe 10 cents, but don't quote me. Look on the form itself. So that would be one share. It's equivalent to a full quarter of a package of this paper. You can buy half a pack if you're like, well, I don't want you to cut my 12x12 sheet, but I don't want a full pack. You can buy a half pack and then I won't cut it for you. Again, I am happy to ship anywhere in Canada, but shipping is also listed in that description for you. Okay. If you have questions about any of that, let me know, but I think we're going to get on to some stamping. So let me move this and get myself organized. Okay. So card number 1 for this month, you guys will have one of these 2 cards in your envelope. You won't have both, but I used 2 different patterns of paper, so hopefully you're okay with that. But this is that great suite that I'm featuring next month. So the Lovely Arrangements stamp set and dies, and I think it's called the Simply Lovely suite. Okay, here we go. So one of these 2 cards, doesn't matter which one you've got. We're going to pull out our card pieces to assemble them, and then I'm going to show you how you can add a little bit of detail with a stamp set, any sort of flower if you don't have this one, to make these cards really stunning, okay? I don't do the measurements as we craft with this because of course you guys all who've purchased the kit have it cut and prepped, but you're able to grab them from the description. On the inside of the card, we're going to put a piece of white, but, pardon me, I'm going to do a little bit of something different. I'm going to stamp on it before I put it on the inside. Usually I just leave it white and I'm happy with that, but before I add this guy, I'm going to stamp, or you guys have the to-go kits, so I put a little extra leaf that you can use instead. Okay, because you might not have this. So your leaf you probably put in the corner. I'm going to put mine off to the side here. And then I have already, that's why we do this before we add it, because that was bad. There we go. Try again. Better. I'm off. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, I have these cut and prepped already, is I have some flowers that I stamped using the Lovely Arrangements flower here, and then die cut using the complementing dies. They have 2 colors to them though. Let me show you on this ugly backside how I made that happen. Okay, so we need a cloud cover ink and we need the Secret C Stampin' Write marker. Okay, and then the flower. We're going to take cloud cover ink and stamp, so it's all blue, But instead of stamping down right away, we're going to color the center using a Stampin' Up marker. Give it a huff, huff, and stamp it onto white. And then you can use the die to cut it out. So I've already done that. I'm going to put this piece on the inside of my project. There we go. Ugh. 1 and 2. Okay, so the reason I kind of had my leaves moved over is because I'm going to add a flower right here. Just like that. So when it comes to these flowers, you can put them on flat. You could also have stamped a flower. I'm going to just kind of move the petals up with my fingers, and I'm going to be daring and actually put a couple dimensionals on the back of this. We don't usually pop things up on the inside of a card, but it's not going to hurt you to do it as long as it's just one layer. And it gives you a really pretty look for your flower. So there's my flower on the inside. Easy peasy. For the front of the card, we're going to start with the large piece of designer series paper and put it on flat. You'll want to line this piece up with the right hand side. Okay, so remember, this might be a different color if you had the cloud cover set, but whatever the largest piece is, we're going to put that over, and then you've just got this slight gap. We're going to add this strip. I could have made this piece a full 4, but to be honest, that's kind of wasteful, so I just end up cutting it shy so that I can use these strips on their reverse cards. See, this piece is actually the reverse of this one, and then this green was the reverse here. So that's why we had this matching kind of set. There we go. Easy peasy. Now to decorate, you should all have a little sentiment hiding in your envelope. Or did I? Still hiding in my envelope? Where did you go? Hopefully it's just that one. Oh yeah, just that one. Here's your sentiment. So you can put your sentiment wherever you want. I thought it would go really nice here. And then if you want, you can add some flowers and leaves to decorate. So sentiment for myself, I'm going to do hello friend. There's also thank you. There's a birthday one. You can grab whatever you have in your stash. There, that's better. Okay, let that dry. We always like to let our sentiments dry, and then we can do other things. So my leaves, I'm going to pop up like so, just by kind of rubbing between my fingers, and then put dimensionals on the back of them. So we'll start just with 2 flowers with dimensionals, and then we'll add the third one in a second. Two and 3. So if you sign up for the February class, this is yet another card that shows you how to use that suite. So you'll be able to put your bundle to good use. You could also order the bundle as your club order this month and get that $6 voucher for it, and then just sign up for the class for next month and use your bundle. So those are both great alternatives for you. Okay, so here's 2 flowers, one on top of another. Now the reason I didn't do the third flower with dimensionals is because part of it's going to overhang these two here. So I don't want to put dimensionals on the back of my flower. I just want to put a dimensional. I even just put like a chunk usually of either a large dimensional or something here on the paper beside these flowers. Then they're all going to be on the same level. Okay. There, happy with that. Okay, when I'm doing my sentiment here, you have a choice. You can either put one layer of dimensionals like we usually do and kind of have these on the same level as your flowers. Or if you want to get fancy, you can pop it up with double dimensionals. So what I mean is we'll put one layer of dimensionals down. That would make it the same height as the flowers. And then we pile a second dimensional right on top of each of those. So it's now higher than the other one. And then we put our sentiment on. You might not be able to see it as well, but it does pop out. Okay, and then I've got a couple leaves here. So I am going to put dimensionals on the bottom. I think the to-go kits, I gave you leaves for the inside, but I'm only going to use 2 here. So mini dimensionals fit perfectly on your leaf. And then you can tuck them in however you want. If you want some sticking out the bottom, go for it. I'm going to do all of mine sticking out the top. Yes. There. I think I like that better. All right, so there is card number 1. Easy peasy. Here's the cloud cover version. Give you guys just a minute with that, but then I will just put them aside and you can click that pause button if you need to finish them here. Okay, so I'm going to put these ones away. We're going to move on to the next card. You can always come back or just click pause if you're not finished. Okay, on to card number 2. We are going to start playing with that Cute as a Bug suite. I know we're going to do it with bingo. Here's also a card that I did on the Great North American Stampin' Show this week. I did that version and this version, which are super, super fun. And you can find that video on my YouTube channel. But here's what we're going to make for today's card. Super cute, super easy, and super fun. So they will of course all look slightly different because you might have different paper, but the gist of it is I used the paper from Cute as a Bug, and we're going to make this easy feature card. Okay, I don't know, mine keeps wanting to pop open, so maybe I'll have to try to flatten it. There we go. Okay, so if you want to add a stamp, there is a really adorable little hello friend in here, but you can grab anything else from your collection too if you don't have this Sweet Bugs bundle. And before some of you ask, I know I've done a few videos now where people have seen my storage with my new kind of stamp cases. I did a show me how it's done video showing you what I did and why. So I'll put that link in the description below. And if you want to copy kind of how this is assembled, you are more than welcome to. Everyone has different ways of organizing with these new bundles, but for me, this is working, and I'm quite happy with it. Okay, so I've got Hello Friend. I'm going to use Blackberry Bliss ink with mine. I should have mentioned, I don't know if I did on the last one, that I use Secret C for the sentiment. Here we go. Blackberry Bliss. I'm gonna grab my ink pad. And because I'm not feeling very lucky with my stamping today, I'm gonna stamp first, and then we're gonna build the rest of our card. Okay, so there should be a little rectangle. This is the Nested Essentials dies. It's not part of this suite, but it is fantastic. Almost equal in love to the Stylish Shapes dies in my books. Not quite, but close. Okay, I'm gonna put this to the side so I don't get inky. Now, here we go. See, I just opened my packet and you can already see my little embellishments are different than what I have here. So what I did is I took that page, where did my papers go? I'll show you. This page here is a full 12 by 12 sheet that complements most of the dies in this set. So you can cut out lots of these little critters from this page, including the flowers. The only ones that didn't cut, there's a large mantis and a large grasshopper, but they're big enough you can fussy cut them. But things like all the little ants and the mushrooms and the ladybugs, they all cut with those dies, so it made my life really easy and I didn't have to worry much about this, okay? So we're gonna open this guy up and grab our white piece of paper. This is going to be for the inside of the card here. That goes on with a flat adhesive, and I didn't do any stamping inside this card. You certainly can though, if you want. If you have the Sweet Bug set, maybe a little set of ants or a bumblebee on the inside, or a sentiment, but we're going to line that up. Oh, that was not very straight. See, I'm just not having straight day, but I never press very hard on my stuff, so it's easier to lift it up. So I kind of put it down and then wait till I have checked that it's good before fully pressing. That's better. Okay, next up is going to be our piece of designer series paper. Now you're probably wondering, okay, well, you don't have a card front. How am I gonna match this? We are using our designer paper as our card front. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open this flap up to the left, and we're going to rest our designer series paper exactly over the white. You don't want to see any whites. In fact, so it doesn't move, put something on it. You don't want any movement. Now we're going to put adhesive onto this left-hand side. This adhesive will connect right here, but we're putting it on the designer paper because you don't want any adhesive kind of too far up or too far down. As long as it's within about an inch, it'll be fully covered. Don't put anything towards the middle because you don't want the flap to miss covering it, right? Okay, so I know I moved. That's fine. I'll go back and fix it in a second. So taking your adhesive back off, we're going to make sure we're fully lined up again. The most important side is going to be this right-hand side. You don't want to see any white in there. If there's anything over here, that's fine. It's going to be hidden. Nobody's going to know. But make sure this right-hand side is good. Close the front flap. And then you have made a card front that showcases both the front and the back of your designer series paper. Next, we're going to add a little strip to this piece to kind of fancy it up. And you can choose front and back, but keep in mind some of the backs are kind of from that collage piece of paper, so they might not be very uniform. I'm going to do the green leaves and turn it in front of me. There we go. There. Next is our sentiment. I'm going to pop this guy up on some dimensionals. And then from there, you're going to have to play with the decals that you've been given. So on some of my sample here, I had a ladybug. These guys are all ants. So I'm going to have to sit down and decide how I put those on, kind of surrounding this decal. I'm going to put that towards the right, or sorry, towards the left. And then I'm just going to play. I'm going to kind of see what goes where. Maybe a little mushroom. On the paper, the ants kind of just are in a row. So I honestly, to be honest, might just do that. I'll put them in a different order though, because I know the littlest ant is supposed to be at the end, but he looks like he needs some supervision. So I'm going to put them like this. These parts down here look like they need a dimensional for me to pop them out from the card if I want them on the same layer. Or I could put a dimensional under the heads and the stalk if I want them to come out a little further. Now you all know me, I like more dimension, though I realize sometimes it makes shipping challenging, and that's okay. Put some dimensionals on these little heads. You also could just use one or two of the ants or other critters. I think there's a bee and a little beetle. Everyone will have different things. All right. You go there. There. You go there. So fun. There. 3 ants go marching, or a little ladybug really reading by the flowers. Here is card number 2. All right, just hit that pause button if you're not quite finished. And we're going to go on to the 3rd and final card. Okay, our 3rd card is also featuring these cute as a bug little papers, but it is a fun fold. So it's going to go up like this and be a little fun fold. So you guys in your kits, of course, you might have some die cut pieces, a few of them, because I can't send the stamped images, but I'm going to show you still. These ones are all from the stamp, and I'm just coloring them using blends. So I'm going to pull that out and do a little bit of coloring to kind of show you how I got those tones. So you can do this at home too. But yeah, there's so many little bugs in that one packet. Okay. Okay, so to start, we're going to get our little ants done. The ants are going on the inside of the card here, and so is the spread joy. So spread joy and ants right there. We're going to need some real red ink, and then also the light and dark real red or cherry cobbler blends. Okay, totally up to you what you use. You could also use Cajun Craze. That kind of is more in tone with what the paper has, but I really liked the red. So I'm gonna grab red. Red ink and critters. All right. There's my ants. And the sentiment says, spread joy. This one right here. You can use anything else that you have on hand though. Doesn't have to be the same. Some little ants. That one's a little large. And spread joy. Okay, I'm gonna do the sentiment first, get that out of my way. Red is just my nemesis, so I want to stamp this and be done with it. Give it a chance to dry and not have to worry. Okay, next, our little ants are going marching. Usually when you are using blends, you would want to use the Memento ink pad because it does not allow the colors to pull from the edge. But because I'm using the same color, red and red blends, I'm okay with that. I don't want the black outline, but just in general, so you know, you would probably want to use a Memento ink pad if you're doing any sort of blends coloring. But we're gonna be rebellious. We're gonna color, I'm just gonna do one ant so you can kind of see what it is. But if you use the dark color kind of for his head and this part here, that's pretty good. It'll lighten a tiny bit. And then the light I brought into the body. I know everybody has their own different ways of coloring and shading, but this is a very easy, friendly way to do it. I'm going to come back with the dark color and just reinforce those lines. Kind of gives him like a fatter looking body. And then if you want to add other colors to your image, I did Dark Daffodil Delight. Be very careful because the yellow might want to pull some of that red in. So just be very gentle and quick. And let's do Light Old Olive for the flag. Again, quick and gentle. Try not to touch the red too much, but it's worth it for the little ants. All right, I'm gonna do them anyways, just so that they're done. They're so cute. You can have red ants, you could have black ants, you could have Cajun Craze ants, you could have pink ants. You could do whatever you want. And with blends, we don't want to color right up to the edge of anything because they tend to bleed a little bit. So just go slightly towards the middle, and you can always come back and add color towards the edge after a few seconds. There we go. Good to go. All right. These little ants we're going to put up to dry for a second while we're assembling another part of the card, okay? So if you look at your card, you should have one full square part and one part that has these two kind of diagonal triangles. If I was to open it like that, oh, sorry, have it folded the wrong way. There we go. Okay, so I should have one triangle down towards the bottom section and then the wide open square. So fold up this triangle and give it a nice crisp burnish. That's what's going to make our little easel section, just like that. Okay, to add our pieces though, we're going to close this, and you can see here, these are the two sections I'm going to add designer paper to. You will have different patterns from me. So here's one pattern. This is a mushroom pattern. Whatever you have, you're going to figure out where it needs to go. And you can either put it flat, or like I did, you can pop it up on dimensionals. So I'm going to do that. Okay, make sure the bottom part is right. You'll barely have a border, okay? Just keep that in mind. There'll be just hardly any border all the way around. It'll be very subtle. Okay, and if you're at home and you have these critters, but you don't have blends, you also could use any sort of other markers, even Crayola markers. It's not going to hurt anything. They will still look adorable, okay? So there's the gist of it so far. Let's build the mechanism. So we've got our ants. Now they can go inside, flat. Just like so. And then here's the fun part, is we're going to build our stand, okay? So that our card stands up. So this little spread joy needs to be popped up on dimensionals, otherwise things won't work. Okay, so pop him up on dimensionals. If you don't want the word spread joy, then you'll have to cut something else out that can pop up, like a little cloud or flower. And we're gonna put this right above the ants so that our easel folds and bumps kind of like a little tent into that section. Pretty fun so far. I'm gonna move that out of the way, and I'm going to show you how to make this guy here. So for this circle, it's from Stylish Shapes. You can stamp anything you want on it for a sentiment. I'm gonna go back to that Hello Friend that we used earlier. Once again, using Blackberry Bliss ink for this. And I'm stamping this kind of down near the bottom because I have a little caterpillar and a bumblebee that I'm going to be adding to my image. So put this aside, let it dry, and then I'll show you how I did these two guys. So you've got them. Okay, bumblebee, easiest one. We're gonna grab black blends and do the head. This is the light basic black. Everything else I stamped in Memento for this guy, so it's already black. Then I'm going to grab a bronze marker. You can use Cajun Craze as well. And just do this little tuft right here. If you're using the Cajun Craze, then that would give you two different tones. You'd have a light and a dark. So you'd be able to come in and add another tone over top of these flecks. If you're just using bronze, totally fine, just do the one color. When it comes to the body, I'm not a huge shading person. I'm just gonna use Dark Daffodil Delight. I know there's colors out there who can use so many color tones and add so much texture and whatever. And then I've got Cloud Cover blends for the wings. That's not me. So I'm doing the light cloud cover. And if you want, you can come in and add a little bit of dark. Pretty simple. Okay, here I was very proud of myself. I did put a lot of effort into doing my caterpillar. So let me show you what I did. So I'm gonna start with the body, and I grabbed the light and dark Blackberry Bliss. Nope. I think I grabbed 3 things. So I grabbed light and dark rich raspberry, which are not existent anymore. So light and dark Blackberry Bliss, that's what we'll use. We're gonna first start by coloring the whole caterpillar in the light color. Oh, that's dark. Ha 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 ha. Don't do that. Light color. Make this quicker. Oh, you're running out. Bad news bears. Okay. We're gonna go messy stamp because he's running out. Usually only on one tip. The fun part with shading these blends is you can really quite shallow with your colors and then just come over top with something darker and it fixes it all. Look how messy that looks. Then we're gonna fix everything by coming over top with the next color. This is the dark. And just doing the edge of his body. And these specialty features. Okay, so I've added in just a little tone of color. Then come back to the light and start circular motioning colors so it blends them together. Okay, bringing the dark and the lights together. So with the blends, you really just build color after color. You see how that tied it in? And then if you really wanted even more definition, you can come in now with the dark and just on this back spine area, do your circular motions here too. It will kind of start bleeding out into the body after a little bit. And if you really want to lighten up the tummy, you can grab your color lifter or even a lighter color. And it just gives you kind of a white little belly look. Anything lighter will push the color away from that section. And if you're like, no, I don't like that, you just come right back in, oops, with your light color and add it back in. That's what I like about blends, is you just keep building your colors and they will bleed into each other for you. So same idea for the leaf. We've got light and dark, mossy meadow. I'm gonna do the light one first and basically actually just color the whole leaf loosely, and then I'll come back in, back and forth with the darks. Very loosely. Go over top again. We'll start to push some of that dark into place. And then once more with the dark. Then let it sit. It'll start to bleed out and kind of look really natural for you after that, okay? All right, on to building this. We're going to mount these guys together. So my caterpillar, really only gonna put a couple dimensionals because that's all he's touching with. Couple dimensionals on his belly here. The caterpillars from the paper are Blackberry Bliss, some are yellow. So everyone will have different ones. You can use whatever colors you have. And little bumblebees. Couple on the body. Right up here. And then also in your envelope, I have included a few of the ladybug specialty gems. So there's a ladybug in the set and two little like raindrop looks. So we're going to add those with our take your pick tool. There we go. Okay, ladybug can go basically anywhere. You can even put it on the regular card if you wanted. But I'm going to put it down by the word friend. I find these ones very tricky to get off. And that's okay. Then they're not flying around my case. So there's the ladybug. This is the set you'll get if you're doing bingo. And these just make it look like there's water droplets on your leaf. Okay, now the key to putting this circle on your card is to only attach it to the part that is sticking up. Okay, so if you want to make your life easy and not make any mistakes, you could just put some dimensionals here and stick it on right now. If you're feeling brave, you can put this down. Again, only put dimensionals on this bottom piece, and then you can kind of make it a little bit more centered on your project that way. So I'm gonna be brave and put my dimensionals on here. Just put like 2 or 3, probably 3 little ones, 2 big ones in place there. Only on this bottom triangle. Settle that guy on top. There we go. And then he pops up like so. There you go. So there is your last card. This is definitely a fun fold. I put all the measurements and where you should score down below, but keep an eye on a Show Me How It's Done video coming up. I will be using a different suite, but show how to do this one. There you go. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed those. I hope that, yeah, if you haven't played around with a kit with us, that you'll sign up for next month. And if you have any questions about events, cards, whatnot, just let me know. Happy to help. And if you are interested in signing up for any of my future events, I put the link in the description that you can sign up right on that form, or you can message me directly. I'm happy to get you signed up separately too. But have a great rest of your month, you guys, and I will see you in February. We're going to do a Valentine's card for sure, and then a couple other cards that I haven't started designing yet, but there's so much potential, so don't worry, you won't be disappointed. See you later.